Pottsville Apache pregame show. Coach Brian Rust is our guest, and Coach, wow, that ball game last week against Dardanelle did so many good things at the start of the game. You had to be encouraged going in at the break, right?
I really did. You know, we made some plays. You know, kind of took advantage of their mistakes, and you know, and we hadn't done a great job of that all year, and really came out, especially in the first half. It's kind of been a theme for us. You know, we played real well in the first half, and you know, struggled to make plays in the second, but yeah, got out to a 17-0 lead, and really felt like you know, things were going our way. Came out second half and really made them work all the way down the field. You know, even they eventually scored, but you know, I felt like defensively we kind of stood in front of them, made them make plays, and you know, it took them a while to get down the field, and you know, they scored a touchdown, and you know, kind of you know, felt like at that point, you know, how were we going to respond? We came out and drove the ball down the field and went back up, you know, 24-7. So you know, felt like we were in a really good position, and man, it just kind of went haywire from there. And you know, just a couple plays made here or there, and you know, the outcomes changed. But you know, really, you know, just talking to the guys, man, we've been a part of some really good games. We just keep coming out on the short end of it, and you know, and it's one of those deals where you feel like, you know, everybody thinks it's their fault, you know, that has a part in it, you know, as a coach, as a player, you know, and so how do you get out of that mold and get back to, you know, believing you can win? And you know, and that's what we focused on this week, is just basically practicing, you know, practicing hard, doing what you're doing. You know, we're right there in games. We just got to figure out how to make some plays whenever it's crunch time, and you know, get over that hump.
I think there were about three big things I'd like to talk about a little more from that Dardanelle game. Number one, that drive Dardanelle had at the end of the first half. Did they start doing something different on that drive, or kind of what went on there?
Well, you know, the first time they had the ball, you could kind of see there were a couple times where they had some guys open, and you know, and we had seen kind of their RPO stuff developing. You know, they hadn't done it a lot, but you know, whenever those linemen are coming up, your linebackers, you know, have to feel. And with Vega's threat of running the ball, you know, they kind of started taking advantage of that, and our safeties were kind of, you know, being slow to get there. Our linebackers needed to sink, even though, you know, the linemen are 3-4 yards downfield. You know, really that's not legal, but that's kind of the RPO play that it is. And so it really fools your linebackers, and they were taking advantage of hitting that little tight end out, or the number 3 receiver. They'd kind of work him in right behind our linebacker. Safety slow to get down, linebacker slow to get there, and they hit us on that a few times. And you know, it's just one of those things where, you know, you have to adjust your eyes and understand, hey, that's what we're doing to you. Especially, you know, whenever it's 3rd and 8, and that's something you're kind of talking about, you know, to your kids about is, hey, it's 3rd and 8. They're probably not going to run the draw right there. They're going to be looking to throw it, and you know, maybe stay back a little bit on that. So definitely, I felt like they found some things that were working. And you know, I think, you know, Drew Vega is a really good player. Even though he wasn't 100%, he still, you know, was getting away and getting yards and continuing drives and making plays and moving the pocket and doing all those things that he had to do to kind of get him back in it. And you know, and like I said, our guys are playing hard. It's just they made more plays in the end.
I want to talk about the onside kick just briefly, because I thought that was a big turn in the game. You had everybody up. You were expecting it. You weren't fooled. I just happened to be watching where they kicked the ball, and I saw one of our players, as soon as he was running up, he took a step back, you know, like he was going to go back and block. And I guess maybe that's one of life lessons you can teach in football. You don't assume anything.
No, and again, you know, you know, we practice it every week, and it's just one of those things. You know, you get your hands team out there, and you know, that was the only chance they had. And you know, and we really, I thought really on that, it was a great kick, and we backed up a little bit on and tried to kind of take it on a short hop once we came back to it. And you kind of want to back it up because it felt like it had enough steam that we could have got to the second level, and that's what we kind of tell the guys, you know, that front line, you know, if it's coming with some heat, go ahead and let the back line get it. You just block up. And whenever it hit us, of course, it doesn't go just right in front of us and we can cover it. It goes 5-6 yards back, and our guys coming to go help with the ball. They're trying to get there, but Dardanelle guys are already there. It actually bounced behind them, and then they fell on it. So definitely things had to go perfectly for them to come back and win the game, and it did.
And could you have had a worse time for Cooper Duval to have dinged an ankle? Because I don't. They weren't stopping you. As long as he was doing that read option, as long as he could keep it himself. Right. And then when he hit his ankle, that was terrible.
It really was, and that's the crazy thing about it. We had 2 possessions in the second half, and scored on the one, and then if we just get a first down there in crunch time, we can kind of seal the game away, at least make them use all their timeouts, and probably they get the ball back with 40, 50 seconds if we don't get another first down. So, we did a lot of things. Again, it's kind of come down to 2-3 things in the game that you really feel like you've got to get it done, and at this point we haven't. We found a way, and it's been different ways every game of trying to make those plays and not getting it done. So again, we're looking to see things, maybe some things go right for us this week when it is crunch time.
It'd be nice to get a break, wouldn't it? We'll talk about Waldron. Boy, they got speed to burn. We'll come back and talk over the game tonight against the Bulldogs when we return after this timeout. This is Pottsville Apache pregame show. We're on the pregame show, Pottsville Apache football. Thank you for joining us on a Football Friday night. My name is Stephen Glenn. My partner Jim Huffman is here at Waldron, and he'll join us in just a moment. Coach Rust, again, in the spirit of honesty, we're actually recording this before you all go down to Waldron, so that's maybe not as bad a haul as me, but that's still kind of you can't get there from here kind of driving the team. We're on the pregame show, Pottsville Apache football. Thank you for joining us on a Football Friday night. My name is Stephen Glenn. My partner Jim Huffman is here in Waldron, and he'll join us in just a moment. Coach Rust, again, in the spirit of honesty, we're actually recording this before you all go down to Waldron, so that's maybe not as bad a haul as Mina, but that's still kind of you can't get there from here kind of drive for the team, isn't it?
It really is.
Now, is my memory bad, or does not Waldron have a state champion sprinter for a halfback?
They've got a couple of kids that can really run, go off the road on that skinny road, extremely fast. It keeps you awake anyway. Definitely a tough drive, but we made it once this year, and not quite as far this time. So sophomore, about 30 minutes just a track guy out there. So it definitely developed into a football making the trip already. At least we definitely they have some speed. So
now, is my memory bad, or does not Waldron have a state champion sprinter for a halfback?
They've got a couple of hands on those kids that can really run.
Their quarterback this year is pretty good. Maybe not as good as the young man last year, but this young man runs the offense very well. He doesn't do a lot of things badly, does he?
He doesn't. He runs well. And again, you kind of don't notice him a lot. Grade sophomore, and then all of a sudden, he broke out against Lamar, and he's developed into and showed his speed. So definitely they've got several threats. We don't want to let them.
How's Cooper's ankle? Is he going to be good to go run the option?
I don't know. Right now, it's kind of touch and go all week.
Their quarterback this year is pretty good. Maybe not as good as the young man last year, but this young man runs the offense very well. He doesn't do a lot of things badly, does he?
He doesn't. He runs well. And again, you kind of don't notice him a lot. The feeling, and then all of a sudden, he broke out against Lamar, and right now it's probably going to be a game that showed his speed.
Yes, I have had that happen before when I played baseball. It's hard to make yourself run on a bum ankle. You want to. Your brain says do it.
All
right, well, we'll keep an eye on that. Waldron's defense, what do they like to get you to do with the ball?
Well, they're gonna move people up. They're gonna press you. They're not gonna just sit back and wait. So if you hadn't had an ankle injury like that before, if you think about feeling of it, it's just really defense that either backs up. Right now, it's probably gonna be keep you in front. I don't think they're that type of defense.
Yes, I have had that happen before when I played baseball. It's hard to make yourself run on a bum ankle. You want to. Your brain says do it. But all right, well, we'll keep an eye on that. Waldron's defense, what do they like to get you to do with the ball?
Well, they're gonna tackle you and just make people do it over and over again. Press you. They're not going to just sit back and wait. They're going to sit, with their safeties at 6-7 yards. If you think about really make us defense that either backs up, try to disrupt what we're doing quickly and try to get it across their defense and things like that. So come at you. So they've had trouble stopping people with our read option stuff. So we feel like
give
it's
us
a good
plays,
matchup for us.
where
Offensively,
so
some
we'll
defenses
see
are just
what
kind of
happens.
sitting back.
Both
and
your
they'll tackle
Apaches
you
and the
just make
hometown
you do it
Bulldogs
over and
tonight,
over
kind of in
again.
a similar
Waldron's not
situation
necessarily
when
that
it comes
team. They're
to
gonna sit,
making the
with their
state tournament.
safeties at 6,
This
7
is,
yards out there
I don't
and
want to say must win,
really
but an
make
important win
us
for both teams if they want
kinda,
postseason action,
try
right?
to
That's
disrupt what
absolutely
we're
right.
doing
Quickly
this time of
and
year.
try to get
That's
their
what you
cross
expect.
lineman's face and things
For
like
us,
that.
it's our
So,
8th game.
every
game in this conference thus far. So we feel like it's a good matchup. Everything's so tight and so close and points and all that kind of stuff.
Both
So
your Apaches and the
definitely a
hometown
must-win
Bulldogs
for us.
tonight, kind of in a
All right.
similar situation.
And,
when
what
it
about
comes
Pottsville
to
Junior High
making the
Apaches
state
in seventh
tournament.
grade? How'd they
This
do
is,
last night?
Really
I don't want to
did
say
well.
must
I
win,
think
but an
we
important
were
win for both
30
teams if they want
to
postseason
6 or
action,
8
right?
in the-
That's
in the
absolutely
7th
right.
grade, and this
30
time of
to
year, and that's
nothing
what
in
you
the junior
expect.
high. So
For
two big
us,
wins
it's
last
our
night
8th
for the
game.
junior and 7th grade Apaches.
So for tonight's game, what's the important thing for a fan like me to watch for Pottsville to win?
Well, I think the biggest thing is everything's so tight and so close.
how we
and
tackle
points and all that kind of stuff. I think that's the biggest thing.
definitely
If-
a must-win
if we
for
can
us.
play defense.
All right. And what
again,
about Pottsville Junior High
I feel like
Apaches in the 7th grade? How'd they do
Darnell
last
took
night?
advantage of our
Really
pass
did
coverage
well.
once Coop
I
went
think
out,
we were
and,
30 to 6 or 8
this
in
week
the
they're not a
7th
passing
grade
team;
and
they're a
30 to
running
nothing
team.
in the
So
junior
if we
high.
can
So
stop the
two
run,
big wins last
then
night for
we're
the
gonna
junior
have
and
a good
7th grade
night.
Apaches.
Coach Rust, I know for tonight's game,
football
what's the important thing for a
coaches
fan
show
like me to watch
interviews
for
are not a lot
Pottsville to
of
win?
fun
After
Well,
games
I
like
think
Dardanelle.
the
So
biggest
thank you
thing
for your
is-
time. I do
is
appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
How we
Thank
tackle.
you. We'll be back with
I
more
think
from
that's the biggest
Waldron
thing.
in just a
If
moment.
we
You are
can
with
play
Pottsville
defense,
Apache football.
Again, I feel like Dardanelle took advantage of our pass coverage once Coop went out, and this week they're not a passing team; they're a running team. So if we can stop the run, then we're gonna have a good night.
Coach Rust, I know football coaches show interviews are not a lot of fun after games like Dardanelle. So thank you for your time. I do appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We'll be back with more from Waldron in just a moment. You are with Pottsville Apache football.
Need the help of legal services? Well, let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues, or planning on opening a brand new business, maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553, and walk-ins are welcome.
I hope he's not working.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You know you're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
Farm Credit supports rural communities and agriculture with reliable, consistent credit and financial services in good times and bad. We provide loans to farmers and ranchers, farmer-owned cooperatives, rural homebuyers, agribusiness.
Your family is your most prized possession. You want to take care of them. You want to give them the very best. And when it comes to choosing a pharmacy, you'll want someone who knows your name and understands both you and your way of life. At Rose Drug, they will take care of your family just like you were their own. They'll be someone that you can trust with the ones that you love the most. That's Rose Drug in Russellville. Call 968-1323 today.